All right, hey guys, Jason here. We're back up here at Franklin GMC. This is the amazing Franklin, and yes, I say amazing because I really like these guys. They have the Toyota dealer just over the hill, right over the road, right over there, and we have bought a vehicle from that Toyota dealership. I have not bought from this one, but we are here for a reason because we're going to talk about something today, and that is what we expect from a good dealer. How do you find, what do we want? What is a good dealer today? It's not always about price. Price does matter. It is the biggest factor, but there is more to it today. And we're going to discuss it. What makes a good dealer a good dealer? And even though I've not, like I said, bought from these guys here directly, I do vouch for them. I do say they are good. I bought from their Toyota dealer, and I will also say that this place here, I have talked to the owners here exclusively. They're here, like right now. They're here. He's in there. And but I have these conversations out here with them. They'll come out and talk to me and be out here and BS with me for a half hour at a time about the industry and things like that. And I have my Tina's Colorado ZR2 get serviced here. And like I said, I have bought from the other one that they own right across the street when we bought my dad's Sienna. You can see your CR2 sitting right there, just like that. So point being is, I kind of know this dealership group. I know it pretty well, and I like it. Now, what makes a dealership good? Well, let's look at the Mark Dodge experience, for example, too, comparatively. Okay, Mark Dodge they sell an experience. It's not just, they're not the best prices around. They're good. They're very competitive, but they are not the best prices. Believe me, you can go knock down better prices somewhere else if you want to fight tooth and nail and stuff. But what you get there is you get the no nonsense buying experience, which means they're not playing games, they're not lying to you, they're not doing hidden costs and additional markups, and they're not doing crazy stupid add-ons, and they're not playing any of these games. And when you talk to them, it's yes sir we can, no we can't do that, but we can do this instead, yes sir we can on this, yes we can on this, we will take care of that. And they stand by their word. There is no games, there is no BS, there's no hidden stuff in there. I didn't even bother worrying about buy rate or sell rate because I knew what the rate was. The best rate you could get on Ram HDs that you could get for them was 6.9%. And guess what? They found me 4.9% by bypassing and not going through Ram. They got me 4.9%. Where they could have, where the best Ram was offering was 6.9. Okay, they got me 4.9 going through a lender, regular outside lender. Okay, these guys do what they do and they do it well. They're there for the customer. So what are some of the things that matter to us? I wrote down a couple. We're going to break them down individually. It's on my little list of a whole bunch of things to talk about here. So price first. Okay, yes, price is number one. If we can't get the price, we're in trouble. Okay, then it's not good. Okay, that's just, the buying experience is great, but the price is the biggest part of that. However, I have hit a point in my life where nickel and diamond over $1,000 difference or $2,000 difference even isn't really worth my time anymore. I'm okay with it. It's not life altering. So, like I said, other things matter to me more, such as, for example, the experience of buying for you guys on this channel to know about these places. Mark Dodge. I didn't have to go to Mark Dodge. I didn't have to drive all the way to Louisiana. I buy cars for a living. I could have made any dealership work, and I could have got any deal I wanted, and I could have made it happen fantastic, and I could have did I didn't have to. I wanted to, so you guys got to see what that experience was like and got to see it documented and all that thing and how amazing the whole process is. It was well worth it, and I will buy from them again without question because it was the easiest purchase I have ever made in my entire life. Hands down, straight, simple, easy, no questions asked, just done, easy. So price does matter for sure. Places like that are going to be very good. I don't know how well these guys do on prices, but like I said, I like this group. I really like this dealer group here. But price matters. The trade-in is a huge one. Now, in Georgia here, I called 2 dealerships before I was getting ready to buy that Power Wagon just to see and get an idea. I had checked Carvana, and I had also checked 2 dealerships, and I found out what my price was on that trade-in, and I was pissed. I was mad. I was especially mad at the dealerships because of the fact that here we get a tax credit on your trade-in. So if I buy a $60,000 truck and I'm trading in $30,000 worth of a vehicle, then I don't have to pay tax on the $30,000 that I'm trading in on the new one because I already paid it on the one that's being traded in. Dealerships here in Georgia, many of them, okay, they play that game against you. They're like, oh, we'd love to give you 30, but realistically, we're only going to give you 28 because you get the tax credit, so it's that way anyway. They steal my tax credit. They blatantly, right in your face, steal your tax credit from you. Very upsetting. Mark Dodge, they are also one of those states, okay? And that's reciprocal across Georgia and Louisiana. So they do the same thing. They're like, yes, we definitely do that too. And but what did they give me on a trade? $4,500 more for my Gladiator than the two Georgia dealers wanted. $4,500 more on that trade. So the trade is a big factor if you are going to deal with a dealership, if you're going to trade it in. I had other options, I had other backup things, but none of them were as good as the Mark Dodge thing. Mark Dodge crushed it. That's a part of the dealership experience that we're talking about. That was a fantastic thing. It makes them good, and they stuck to it. There was no questions asked, no BS later on. It was no nickel and diamond, no anything. It was just done and done very well. The add-ons. The add-ons, okay? Here, you guys see where I am here. I'm in Statesboro, Georgia. There's no add-ons here. There's no addendum stickers. There's no nothing here. But if I literally drive an hour over that way and I get into Savannah and Hilton Head area, whoo, man, everybody's got an addendum there. Why? Because people pay it in the areas. Okay, it's a very rich, high-end area, and people pay it, and so they can get away with it, and they do. There's plenty of people that are like, I'm not driving farther. I'll just take it right from here, and I don't care. I'll take the addendum, whatever. I don't care. Just give me the vehicle. They just don't care, and there's enough of them there that they get away with doing that. Okay. Most of us care about the addendums, and we don't want them, and we don't want to deal with them. So you can either try and negotiate them out or pick a place that doesn't deal with them at all, whatever you want to do. But that is something that is part of a good dealer and a bad dealer. Even a good dealer can have addendums, but will remove them. If they're willing to remove them for you when you ask and get them negotiated out of the deal, good dealer. If they're not, I'm not wasting my time there. I'm not playing the game. I'm not going to pay it. I'm not doing it. Hidden fees, my God, the hidden fees. Oh man, that is the random BS stuff that they put on there later on. And even the dock fees. Okay, just because the state doesn't really regulate dock fees or what they're at in a lot of places. We live in a world where down here, especially in the South, there are $1,200 dock fees. Okay, places like California cap them, I think, at like $2,000, but here we have dock fees that are pushing $1,200 dock fees. That is just straight up robbery. That is money stolen from your pocket for no reason whatsoever under any circumstances. Just theft is what it is. And that's a big deal, and that's going to matter. And dealerships that are going to charge that stuff, I don't really think of them that good. They kind of rub me the wrong way. And I don't care if they charge it because I'm going for price. So when I call them and I say, I want this exact Silverado right here, and I want, this four-door or crew cab. This is probably two-wheel drive. No, it's four-wheel drive, but I want this exact one. It's Turbo Max. I want this thing here, and I want it for $42,000 out the door. And they're either going to do it or they're not. And they're going to say, well, you mean plus tax, title, and fees? No, I mean total. I'm looking at total. And well, our dock fee is this, and no, I don't care what your dock fee is. Your dock fee doesn't mean nothing to me. That's your own problem. I'm telling you where I want to be at price-wise. You either make it or you don't. But you can see what I'm saying. Some dealer, like I said, there's a difference between good ones and there's a difference between bad ones. Now, even the bad ones, I'm not saying they're bad people or they're a bad dealership. I'm just saying they're bad for you to buy from. I don't want to buy from places that are going to take my money and rob me for every chance they get every single time. I believe in fair prices. I believe in all that kind of stuff, but they're screwing us over every chance they get because they need to keep the lights on. What they really mean is that the ownership of the dealer needs to keep gas in his private jet, and he needs to keep his Porsche washed and ready to go, and he needs to keep his 4 kids' BMWs and Mercedes set up perfectly so they're all good for their, while they're away at college. This is the world here that I'm talking about. I'm not saying they shouldn't succeed, but I'm saying that it's getting out of hand. And it comes at our expense. And I'm not a fan of that. It bothers me. It upsets me when we see that. The last one, the buy rate and sell rate. Do you know that I have never bought a vehicle from... Oh, hang on. Here we go. You're on. Go ahead.
So I was over at Taco Bell eating, and I came over here, and I wanted to be in the video, and I was looking at this nice truck, and I think everyone should come buy it. It's so nice.
Perfect. Very good. All right, there we go. And that was Hannah. You wanted to come over and be in a video. She's over there eating at Taco Bell, saw me making videos, wanted to come over and say hi to you guys. So there she was and got it set. But anyway, the buy rate, sell rate, I've not picked a dealer yet that I bought from that tried to buy rate and sell rate stuff to me myself. And I do believe the reason for that is because I'm negotiating and working these deals on these trucks so well that what happens is they realize by the time I've done that deal and we've been through this stuff that they know that I'm not playing games. They know that I'm not going to tolerate stuff, and they're like, don't even try it with him. It's not even worth your trouble to try to convince him that you can get away with this, and he's just going to blow up at it and we might lose a deal. That's my personal opinion, is why they won't do that. So, you know, but the buy rate, sell rate. The buy rate and sell rate is what makes or breaks a lot of dealerships for a lot of people. If they're going to kick on 2% more so that they can make $1,500 on you, but it's going to cost you $3,500 or $4,000 in extra interest, and they're okay with that, it disgusts me. Okay, that's not a good dealer. But again, I've never dealt with it, and I do believe the reason is because when you come in as an educated buyer, you're already working the stuff down. You've already talked to them about add-ons. You already know what you're trading in. When you show them that you know this game and how it works, they automatically know that don't even try it on this one. Let's just make the deal and get away with it. It's not even worth it. Let's just not do it. So that's my opinion, but that's what makes a great dealership versus a not so great dealership, and they are out there. You will find them. I believe they are. I believe you will, and I think it's worth the effort and time to try and do it for you. So questions, comments, anything you got, put them down below. Thanks for watching.